Hello everyone and welcome to Rajput, Jain and Associate. Today we would be discussing about TAN application. So let's begin with the meaning of TAN. TAN number is a 10-digit alphanumeric number and is used as an abbreviation for tax deduction and collection account number. Every SSC liable to deduct TDS is required to apply for a TAN number and shall code this number in all TDS returns, TDS payments and any other communication regarding TDS with the Income Tax Department. As per Section 203A of the Income Tax Act 1961, it is mandatory for all the SSCs liable to deduct TDS to code this TAN number in all their communication regarding TDS with the Income Tax Department, and failure to do so attracts a penalty of Rs 10,000. TDS returns and payments would not be received by the bank if the TAN number is not coded. Next we come to the application procedure for TAN. So an applicant would be required to fill form 49B online and submit the same with the tax authorities. If there are any errors, they would need to rectify the same and resubmit the form online. A confirmation screen with all the data filled by the applicant will be displayed and the applicant may either edit or confirm the same. After that acknowledgement, then on the confirmation, an acknowledgement screen will be displayed. The acknowledgement number consists of a unique 14-digit acknowledgement that will tell you the status of the application. Along with this, it will provide the information on the name of the applicant, contact details like their address, email ID and phone number, the payment details and the space for signature. Applicant shall save and print this acknowledgement receipt. Signature or left thumb impression should only be within the box provided in the acknowledgement form. In case of applicant other than individual, the authorized signatory shall sign the said acknowledgement. Left hand thumb impression, if used, should be attested by a magistrate or a notary public or a gazetted officer under their official seal and stamp. Next step is the payment of fees. So the fee for processing TAN application is Rs 65, which consists of Rs 55 as the application charge and the remaining as 18% GST. The payment can be made by demand draft or check or credit or debit card or through net banking. Demand draft or check shall be in favor of NSDL TIN. Name of the applicant and the acknowledgement number should be mentioned on the reverse of the said demand draft or check. Demand draft shall be payable at the Mumbai branch. The applicant making payment by check shall deposit a local check that is drawn on any bank with any HDFC Bank branch across the country. The applicant shall mention TAN NSDL on the deposit slip. Next, in case of credit card, debit card or net banking payment, facility of making payment by credit, debit and net banking is not available for the below mentioned categories, that is central government and state government and any statutory or autonomous body. Persons authorized to make credit card, debit card or net banking payable for other categories are, that is if the category of applicant is a company, branch, division of a company, then the authorized person whose credit card, debit card or net banking can be used for making the payment are any of the directors of the said entity. If the category of applicant is an individual, that is sole proprietorship or branch of individual businesses, then the authorized person whose credit card, debit card or net banking can be used for making the payment is the person himself. If the category of applicant is Hindu undivided family, then the authorized person whose credit card, debit card or net banking can be used for making the payment would be that of Karta. If the category of applicant is firm or branch of firm, then the authorized person would be any partner of the said firm. If the category of applicant is any association of person, body of individual, association including trust, artificial juridical persons, then the authorized person for making the payment would be the authorized signatory, which is covered under Section 140 of Income Tax Act 1961. Applicants making payment of application fee using credit or debit card will be charged an additional charge of up to 2% of the application fee by the bank provided the payment gateway facility. Applicants making payment through net banking facility will be charged an additional surcharge of Rs 4 plus GST as applicable. On successful payment by credit card, debit card or net banking, an acknowledgement number will be displayed. The applicant shall save and print the acknowledgement and send to NSDL as mentioned in the section Submission of Documents. Lastly, we have the documents that are to be submitted to the NSDL department. First one is the acknowledgement being duly signed along with the demand draft, if any, be sent to the NSDL department. Secondly, subscribe the envelope with application for TAN along with the acknowledgement number. Your acknowledgement and demand draft should reach the NSDL department within 15 days from the date of online application. Application will be processed only on receipt of duly signed acknowledgement and realization of payment. Next, we come to some of the frequently asked questions. First one is TAN number and PAN number the same? So while TAN is a number allocated to tax deductors, PAN or the permanent account number is allotted to taxpayers. PAN is also a 10-digit identity number being mandated by the Income Tax Department for any individual who carries out financial transactions or pays the income tax. Next is who needs TAN number. So TAN or tax deduction and collection account number is a 10-digit alphanumeric number that is required to be obtained by all the persons who are responsible for deducting or collecting tax. It is compulsory to quote TAN in TDS or TCS returns or any TDS TCS payment challan or any TDS or TCS certificate. Then comes, can TAN be used instead of PAN? So PAN stands for permanent account number and TAN stands for tax deduction account number. TAN is to be obtained by the person responsible to deduct tax, that is the deductor. However, PAN cannot be used for TAN, hence the deductor has to obtain a separate TAN number, even the same holds a PAN number. So next one is that can I deduct TDS without TAN? So in answer to this, we can say that yes, you can deduct TDS without TAN, but you have to apply for the same before depositing it because TAN is mandatory for depositing TDS. Then is TAN compulsory for company? So TAN is basically a alphanumeric 10-digit number allotted by the Income Tax Department. It is to be taken by all the businesses, whether it is a small proprietorship firm or a big billion company. It is compulsory for every business which needs to deposit tax at source. Next, what is the use of TAN number in India? So the primary purpose of the tax deduction and collection account number, commonly known as TAN, is related to deduction or collection of tax at source. Under section 203A of the Income Tax Act, obtaining TAN is compulsory for individuals or businesses mandated by the government to deduct and collect tax. After that, can we file ITR without TAN number? So for claiming tax deduction at source, you need to enter TAN of the deductor while filing the income tax return. So if the employer or the deductor has deducted your TDS, you can get TAN of a company from your 26As. Next is TAN compulsory for proprietorship? So please note that no TAN is required or mandatory for a proprietorship firm. Some online portal offer proprietorship firm registration with the TAN plus MSME, but they provide only as a legal identity proof to open a current bank account. So there is no turnover limit like GST in case of TAN. After that, how do I fill out the form 49B? So the form 49B is to be filled only in English and in capital letters so that the entries are legible. While filing the form, every text box should have one letter in it for better readability and clarity. Details of the assessing officers need to be furnished by the deductor or the collector of tax. Then, is TAN mandatory for TCS? So in answer to this, we can very well say that TAN or the tax deduction and collection account number, being a 10-digit alphanumeric number, would be required to be obtained by the persons who are responsible for deducting or collecting tax. It is compulsory to be quoted in TDS or TCS return, payment challans as well as certificates. Next is, can a company have multiple TAN number? So it is to be noted that it is illegal to possess or use more than one TAN. Different branches or divisions of an entity may, however, have separate TAN number. After that comes who will allot TAN. So the Income Tax Department allot TAN on the basis of the application submitted online at the NSDL e-Government TIN website or the offline at any TIN facilitating center which is managed by the NSDL e-Government site. However, it shall be noted that the TAN will be provided to the applicant at the address mentioned in the TAN allotted application form. Lastly, how an applicant will get an intimation about the TAN allotment. So an allotment letter is sent to the applicant's registered address, and the same is also emailed by the NSDL e-government portal. So this was all about TAN application. For any query, contact Rajput, Jain and Associates. Thank you.